Hello guys, welcome to this very interesting new video on Python. And what in this video we are going to see something about list comprehension in Python. So list comprehension are used actually for creating new list from the other iterables. Why there is a need for list comprehension? For example, you can see the code here that we have to print the square of a numbers in a list. So basically we take the user's input of a list, then we declare an empty list, and then we write a for loop for that, and we use the append function to append it inside the list, and then we print the result. This is how traditionally the code is being written in Python for printing the square of a numbers or anything that goes through an iterable throughout a list. But list comprehension, what it does is that it saves you few lines of code, and directly you can create new list from the existing list. So I'll show you how it works. So what we'll do for that is that we'll again declare this list that we have, and then we will directly declare the new, that is the result, and that will be equal to. So what we'll do, we'll give the name of the iterable. For example, here I am giving the name of the iterable as I, and that is being multiplied or raised to 2. Then we give a keyword for I, again I, that is for moving ahead inside this original list. And lastly we give the keyword of in, n, and then we try to print it. So you can see that we got the square of the numbers that were present inside the list. So here you see 1 2 3 4 5 6, you have 6 lines of code. But when you use list comprehension for doing something within a list using the iterable variable that you have, for example here I took I, so it takes only 3 lines of code. So this is the use of list comprehension. Let's see other examples. So for example, here I have two lists, that is A and B, and we have an empty list. And for iterating throughout this A list and for the B list, if the variable I and j is equal, so we'll get this common items. But how can we write the same thing using list comprehension? So first I copy this two lines, then we directly write the result, that is equal to I for I in A, J in B, only and only if the condition, that is I is equal to J. So we try to print it. So we got the output as we had here. So you can see how big this code was and how this small code in list comprehension becomes. So what we did is that I for I, that is iterating throughout this A list, and then we have this J in B list, that will only take in objects for this result variable that we have declared only if this condition, that is if I is equal to J, satisfies. And if it doesn't satisfy, we are not going to get something in the output. So let's see some other examples for list comprehension. Like suppose we have a list A that has certain strings inside it, and the strings are as, so you can see here that we have a list that has certain string inside it, and some of that are in lowercase, some of them are in uppercase. So suppose we want all of this in the uppercase, so for that we can use the simple list comprehension. So what we'll do, again result is equal to, so since we have a string here, so we'll use this str.lower function that is provided in Python. So since we wanted to capitalize all this string inside the list, that is A that we have, So we use the str.lower, that is the predefined function that Python provides us for str in A. So it will iterate throughout this whole list and it will store the new list in the result variable. So now if you want to check whether you got the new list or not, so you can simply check that it shows everything is in lower. So similar way, if you want it in uppercase, so you can write upper, and the list comprehension works in such a way. Well, you can also use nested list comprehension. For example, if we have 1 2 3 4 5 in a list and we want a resultant list where we want the cube and square both of the numbers. So for that, what we can do is that we can give a nested list where I is equal to 2 comma I is equal to 3 for I in A, and then if we try to print the result, so you can see we got the square as well as cube of this list inside a new list or the nested list. Similarly, if we want, suppose, the first letter of this list that has some strings in it, so we can use the list comprehension again. What we can do is that A dot 0, that is on the 8th index position, and for I in A, we try to print the result. So here we are getting this again. Instead of x, if we try for x, oops. So here for each and every variable, each and every string that is inside this list, we wanted the first alphabet, so we used the index position of 0 for this string that is inside, and the iterable goes on up till the last string part that is inside this list, and then we can print out the result. So now we'll see a last example for list comprehension. Like we can have a string here that is, hi, my name is, and what I want is that from this string I want to take out all the vowels that are inside this string, and I want it stored inside my result. So the vowels are, as you know, A, E, I, O, U. So what we'll do for x in A, only if x in what, A, E, I, O, U, and print the result. So you can see every alphabet that was a vowel, we got it here. So it doesn't matter, instead of x I would have taken I or any other variable. This is just an iterating variable that can go throughout the list. So this was something about list comprehension and how you can use the list comprehension in your Python code to reduce your lines of code when you are working with the list that is a mutable data type in Python. And this is how you can use it. If you still have any doubts regarding list comprehension in Python, you can write in the comment section. I will try to solve it. If you like my videos, please do hit the like, share and subscribe button.